Hey Titans, this is Mickett. Just going to go on there and check out our latest win over Ground Zero. It was a great victory, 98-73, largely due to the fact that it was a bit of an overmatch. We looked at it early on and we're like, you know what, we're going to be able to take this not too badly. They had a lot of rush town halls, meaning that their defenses were high, but their offenses weren't ready to match. A lot of times people look at the rush town hall and they think it's because they go up there and they want to get a higher one, and so then they have trouble trying to defend. It really has less to do with the defense than it does the fact that their offense doesn't match their town hall level, and that's what really causes them problems, because they've maxed out and they've gotten a few extra buildings, but they don't have the troops to be able to match it. So let me go through this. We had pretty good participation. Taking a look across here, we had good participation across the board pretty much. And the enemy clan did not, but I think partly, well, they had pretty good participation, but they a lot of their attacks were kind of like loots, and their top couple guys didn't attack and the one guy left. But anyways, pretty good job. We got a fair number of 3 stars. It wasn't overwhelming. We actually started off a little rough because we didn't have a lot of 3 stars and had a lot of 2 stars. We were able to clean up a lot along the ways. But let me give a few featured things. But first, maybe I can do a shout out here. Say hi to YouTube guys. We got on here. Got a couple guys on here. Last night, Jay ran up to Masters, and that was exciting. It was a hard-fought battle, but he was able to make it up there. And I think he was down there. Yeah, there it is. That's exciting. We haven't had a Masters one in here yet, so that's good. Con says hi to YouTube. A few other people will probably tune in here in a minute. But anyways, to highlight a few things, just wanted to start off with Gawdat versus Anna. Now this was a second attack, and it was late in the game, so we were way up and wasn't a problem to attack, because Gawdat's a number 27 attacking Anna, a number 14, Town Hall 9, but has not a very good layout. And so usually you don't want to attack up that high because you're not going to get much, but was able to do it in this case. And it is a close one. If you notice, it's 2 minutes 53 seconds. That means there wasn't much time left. You can see basically comes in with the 10 dragon attack. Now Gawdat does a good job of taking those out. Notice a couple of those dragons are already hurting a little bit there. And then you've got the Expo coming in there. But with this corner drop and putting them, you will see the dragons will tend to split up. It's able to keep them in the middle a little bit because of the clan castle troops coming out and drawing them to the middle. But the corner drop tends to, when you put all the dragons in the corner and drop them, they tend to, tend to spread out and go around. Not a problem because they're able to take those ADs out earlier. Waiting on the Barb King to drop it, and Gawdat does a pretty good job here with the spells early on, but does not have any spells left. You notice there's a few corners here that is going to prove not to be a problem in the end, because we're going to get through this quickly enough. Brings in that Barb King. You notice they've made, since they've done the update, the Barb King has a health meter on it, on him, so you can tell more easily. You can notice down below as well. I think that really helps. A lot of the times I've used already, I'm like, oh, it really tells you, because you're trying to pay attention to so many things. Now you can see that air defense, it's a pretty strong air defense that's left there, and engaging the dragons is going to be a problem. Fortunately, there's a bunch of dragons that are left here, and you can't take them all on at the same time. However, one of those dragons goes out to that corner. That's going to prove to be a help. Actually, if that dragon didn't take out that corner, this probably wouldn't have picked up the 3rd star. However, it worked out well. And you can see that the Barb King is about to go down, but so is the Town Hall and the air defense. But there's not much left on those guys. One of the things that I've noticed is, as things have gone, the update has gone through, is yes, the Arch Tower shoots a little faster, does pretty much the same damage, makes a little bit of difference, not so much on dragons and so forth as it does on the smaller troops, barbs and so forth. But a lot of the hit point changes have happened for the structures. So for example, the army camps are much easier to get through now, and a lot of the other buildings are a little bit harder to get through. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit because you kind of know where this is going. Basically, he's able to take this out, that last Tesla, and then going over to the corner, taking this out. Gawdat does a great job good attacker with the, I said 10 before, it's 11 dragon attack. Good job. Notice on an 11 dragon attack, it's one of the few attacks you really don't have to draw out the CC troops because you can just mow right over them if you use your spells correctly. So good job, Gawdat. Now next I'm going to do for a featured, that was a featured attack, I'm going to go a featured defense. This one is a great one. It is Rampage, a Rampage, versus J-Tux. J-Tux is their number 4, and Rampage was our number 14 in this war. And this is a good one. Now, Rampage has a setup which is what we call a checkerboard setup. It tends to be easier to hog. So people are going to tend to attack it with hog riders. Now, one of the things that works out, and you'll notice that this is their number 4. Probably a pretty decent attacker, but makes one critical mistake. One thing that you'll notice here is it puts archers around the outside. Does that because they're out of reach of any or most of the structures, but I think it's a mistake because you see what's happening with the CC troops as he tries to draw those CC troops out, and does with the hogs, but they start to spread out all over the place, and then you kind of have to deal with them in different places or they take out those archers anyway, so it's not much help. So he brings in another hog, trying to get the rest of the CC troops out, but what he doesn't know is he has not gotten them all out yet. He either wasn't counting because they were all over the place, or just forgot, or whatever. But he's going to do a good job of dealing with the CC troops that are out on the board right here. However, it's a problem because they're not all out there. And you'll see, in fact, the most powerful ones are still in there. So brings in the hogs, has those 4 healing spells, is going to try and use them. Only level 3 hogs get killed by a big bomb if it's a high enough level. So those guys are all gone. Tries to use the healing spell. The clan castle troops are taking out the rest of the hogs. That's game over pretty much. The only reason why he brings in the Barb King and the Queen and the rest of everything else is to try and see if he can just scavenge 1 star off of this, and it's not going to happen because there's not much left. The Barb King is there. That other big bomb takes out everything else just to make matters worse. When it rains, it pours. Anyway, so he's trying to take this out. Just a real, I don't want to say a poor showing, but just one critical mistake, which was really not getting all the CC troops out there. Otherwise, this probably would have been at least a 1 star, probably a 2 or 3 star with those hogs to take them around the board. Turns out to be a fail. Good defense by Rampage on the location of those big bombs that I've noticed a number of times. That tends to be where people try and draw out those CC troops. So it's smart to have spring traps and big bombs out there. Good job, good defend by Rampage. Anyways, that's all I've got for today. Just wanted to kind of do a quick update. Good job. Guys, when you attack, make sure on that first attack to attack 5 or 6 ranks to 10 ranks lower on your first attack. That's the way that we do things. It works out really well because we have such high participation. We're able to knock out those 3s early on. We've got a second attack coming around. We don't have to worry about whether or not everybody's going to get gotten to. If you're a lower rank, obviously you can't attack all the way down. Just to give you an example, if you're number 10, look at attacking somewhere between a 15 or 16 down to a 20. If you're a 30, somewhere from a 35 down to 40. In the lower ranks, it's obviously you just do what you can, trying to pick off those lower guys. I would encourage the lower ranks to try and attack early on if you can, so that you can be able to make sure that you have first crack at a lot of those guys. Certainly in the first 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you're going to have a lot more availability of those the lower ranks. I'm looking at our own guys, but to take a look, we tend to 3-star a lot of the lower guys by the end. So if you get out there early, it helps a lot. And obviously some of the guys at the top tend to wait a long time just to be able to give everybody else a chance. I know J-Dog and myself do that a lot, just to let everybody else have first chance to pick who are the best attacks. But if you do that and we stick to our guns, we do a really good job. We tend to win most of them. You can see our war log. We lost a few of those a few bit ago here, but we had wins actually before the ones on the bottom. So we win quite a few of them because of our strategy. So stick with the strategy. Good job. Make sure that you subscribe and like, and go Titans.